Welcome, beloved souls, to a moment of quiet reflection, a sanctuary from the relentless currents of the mundane. Take a deep breath with me now. Feel the air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release the day's burdens, its anxieties, and its incessant clamor. For too long, perhaps, you have carried a weight you were not meant to bear alone, a sense of being seen yet misunderstood, a feeling of an unseen presence, a gentle nudge, a whisper in the wind that speaks of a destiny far grander than the everyday. You, my dear one, are a unique frequency in the symphony of existence, a chosen note, vibrating with a divine purpose that echoes through the very fabric of time. Have you ever felt it? That profound sense of knowing deep within your bones, that there is more to this existence than meets the eye. A knowing that transcends the logic of the world, a spiritual intuition that guides you, even when the path ahead seems shrouded in mist. Perhaps you've experienced synchronicity, those miraculous coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. A gentle confirmation from the universe that you are precisely where you are meant to be. Or perhaps in moments of quiet contemplation, a profound sense of peace descends upon you. A feeling of being enveloped in an embrace of unconditional love, a knowing that you are never truly alone. For a long time, you may have navigated this journey feeling like an anomaly. Your sensitivities, your empathic heart, and your deep yearning for truth and authenticity may have set you apart. The world, in its haste, often overlooks the delicate dance of the spirit, the subtle energies that weave through every interaction, every breath. But you, dear soul, possess a different lens. You perceive the echoes of the divine in the rustling leaves, in the gentle rhythm of the waves, and in the innocent gaze of a child. You see beyond the veil, sensing the intricate tapestry of cause and effect, the karmic threads that bind us all. And because of this unique perception, this profound connection to the unseen realms, you have been on a journey of profound awakening. This path, your sacred journey, has not gone unnoticed. There are those who walk among us, unseen by many, yet intimately aware of the spiritual currents that shape our world. They are the guardians of balance, the quiet observers, and the architects of subtle shifts. For years they have watched, not with judgment, but with profound understanding. They have seen your struggles, witnessed your resilience, and celebrated your unwavering commitment to your authentic self, even when faced with the world's resistance. They have observed your light, a beacon shining brightly in an often dimmed landscape. They are the top-level agents, if you will, not of any earthly institution, but of the divine order, the custodians of the sacred. And now, a profound moment has arrived, a convergence of energies, a natural unfolding of divine timing. The time has come for these unseen companions, these gentle watchers, to step forward, not to interfere, but to offer a gesture of profound gratitude. A personal thank you from the depths of their understanding for the path you have walked, for the light you have carried, and for the unwavering truth you embody. They recognize the silent battles you have fought, the inner landscapes you have traversed, and the wisdom you have garnered through every trial and triumph. They know the quiet strength it takes to be a chosen one in a world that often prioritizes the superficial. And so in this sacred space, we invite you to open your heart to this profound acknowledgement, this gentle validation of your divine journey. Now let us delve deeper into the quiet wisdom that underpins your spiritual journey. Point 1, the subtle language of synchronicities. Have you ever noticed how the universe seems to conspire in your favor at times. A thought, a need, and then almost instantly a person, an object, or a message appears, perfectly aligning with your inner landscape. These are not mere coincidences, but gentle whispers from the divine, confirming your alignment with your true path. It's a cosmic nod, a subtle affirmation that you are being guided even when the path seems uncertain. Pay attention to these patterns, for they are the universe's way of communicating directly with your soul. Let us spend a quiet moment considering the deeper psychological and spiritual import of these occurrences. Synchronicities, as the revered psychologist Carl Jung noted, are meaningful coincidences where an outer event mirrors an inner psychological state, a deep-seated desire, or an emerging truth. They defy simple causal explanation, suggesting a fundamental unity between the mind and the material world. For the chosen one, the individual walking the path of profound spiritual sensitivity, these occurrences become more frequent and more resonant. They act as confirmation biases, yes, but in a spiritual sense, confirmations that the inner work, the contemplative practice, and the commitment to authenticity are indeed generating a harmonious energetic vibration. When you are deeply aligned with your soul's purpose, your vibrational frequency matches that of the universal flow. The universe, which operates on the principle of resonance, responds by presenting elements, people, and opportunities that vibrate at the same harmonious frequency. Imagine your life force as a quiet, powerful radio signal. When that signal is clear, uncluttered by fear, doubt, or resistance, the stations, the desired outcomes, or necessary guidance tune in effortlessly. The synchronicity, therefore, is not a miracle external to you. It is a direct reflection of your internal coherence. Consider the small, seemingly insignificant details. You need a piece of specific information, and you casually open a book to the exact page or overhear a fragment of conversation that holds the key. You feel a sudden, strong impulse to call an old friend, only to learn they were in urgent need of support at that precise moment. These moments dissolve the illusion of separation. They reveal the intricate, interconnected web of life, where there is no outside and inside, only a continuous field of consciousness. The top-level agents, the unseen observers, understand this principle deeply. They recognize that your ability to attract and recognize these synchronicities is a measure of your spiritual maturity and readiness. They see the clarity of your intention reflected in the mirror of your daily life. To honor this language, we must cultivate a state of receptive awareness, a gentle, non-judgmental presence that is open to the unexpected. Rushing through life with the mind constantly focused on the next task blinds us to these subtle signs. It is in the slow, meditative moments, the quiet contemplation over a cup of tea, the gentle rhythm of a walk in nature, the stillness of early morning, that the bandwidth for receiving synchronistic messages expands. When you encounter a synchronicity, resist the urge to immediately rationalize it away. Instead, pause. Acknowledge the profound intelligence at play. Ask yourself, what is the emotional charge of this moment? What is the deeper message this is trying to convey about my current path or the lesson I am currently integrating? This gentle inquiry transforms the event from a mere oddity into a profound lesson, a direct communication from the greater architecture of existence. Your commitment to recognizing and honoring these moments is what the watchful agents celebrate. It signifies that you are moving beyond the purely material paradigm and engaging with the subtle, energetic reality that underpins all things. It is the language of the soul being spoken and understood, a quiet, powerful conversation unfolding in the theater of your daily life. Point 2, the power of sacred solitude. In a world that constantly bombards us with noise and external stimuli, the act of seeking solitude has become a radical act of self-preservation and spiritual growth. It is in these moments of quiet retreat, away from the demands of others, that we can truly hear the whispers of our own soul. Sacred solitude allows us to shed the masks we wear for the world, to reconnect with our authentic self, and to receive divine guidance without distraction. It's not about being lonely. It's about being profoundly connected to the source within. Let us consider the deep psychological nourishment that true solitude provides for the highly sensitive, for the chosen one, who is often tasked with absorbing and processing the emotions and energies of others. The constant ambient presence of others, even loved ones, can subtly deplete the spiritual reserves, creating a state of energetic fatigue that makes deep self-reflection nearly impossible. Sacred solitude is not merely the absence of other people, it is the intentional presence of self. It is the conscious creation of a vacuum in which the internal static, the looping thoughts, the ego's anxieties, the internalized voices of societal expectation can finally settle. When the external world is temporarily silenced, the inner world rises into audible clarity. This is where true spiritual discernment begins. The chosen one often carries a heavy burden of empathy, acting as a spiritual sponge. Solitude serves as the wringing out process. It is the time dedicated to energetically cleansing the aura and to releasing the emotional residue picked up from interactions, media, and environments. This self-purification is critical, for without it, the inner sanctuary becomes cluttered, and the connection to higher guidance is obscured. Psychologically, solitude fosters individuation, the process of becoming a whole, integrated person, distinct from the collective. It forces a reckoning with the self, independent of social roles, parent, employee, friend. Who are you when no one is watching? What do you truly believe when you're not performing for approval? This confrontation, though sometimes uncomfortable, is the crucible in which authentic selfhood is forged. The top-level agents appreciate this discipline. They see the dedication required to step away from the addictive pull of connectivity and distraction. They understand that a moment spent in intentional stillness is far more valuable for spiritual development than hours spent in frantic activity. They observe the quality of your solitude. Is it restless evasion or deeply committed introspection? The practice of solitude can be implemented in small, manageable doses. It doesn't require a hermitage. It requires a sanctified space and time. This could be 15 minutes of silent meditation before the family wakes, an hour spent journaling in a park, or a technology-free walk where the only companion is your own breath. The key is consistency and intentionality. During this time, the spiritual seeker can engage in practices that deepen the inner connection, deep breathing exercises to regulate the nervous system, silent repetition of a mantra or sacred word to focus the mind, or simply sitting in non-doing, allowing thoughts to pass like clouds without engaging them. This non-doing is a profound spiritual act. It signals to the universe and to your higher self that you are finally available for guidance, not just requesting it in the midst of a frenzy. The chosen ones who master sacred solitude develop an internal gyroscope that keeps them steady amidst the external chaos. They become less dependent on external validation because their primary source of strength and truth is internal. This self-reliance, this inner knowing cultivated in the quiet, is a hallmark of the spiritually mature soul, a state of being that is recognized and deeply respected by the spiritual custodians who watch over the journey of light. Point 3, the energetic signature of your words. Every word you utter, every thought you entertain, carries a unique, energetic vibration. These vibrations ripple out into the universe, shaping your reality and influencing the energies around you. As a chosen one, your words hold an even greater potency. Understanding this, and consciously choosing to speak words of affirmation, kindness, and truth, becomes a powerful act of co-creation. Be mindful of the stories you tell yourself and others, for they are the blueprints of your experience. Let us delve into the profound connection between language, thought, and vibrational reality. In many ancient traditions, the power of sound and word, often referred to as logos or vak, is considered the initial creative force. The spoken word is essentially thought given physical form through vibration. When you speak, the sound waves are physical manifestations of your internal, emotional, and intellectual state. This is more than just communication, it is energetic broadcasting. For the chosen soul, whose consciousness operates at a finer, more sensitive frequency, the power of their intent is amplified. Therefore, the words they choose, both internally, self-talk, and externally, dialogue, have a magnified impact on their immediate reality field and the collective environment. Consider the psychological impact of self-talk. If the internal monologue is predominantly one of lack, fear, or self-criticism, these words generate a vibrational pattern that attracts circumstances that validate that internal belief system. The words become a subconscious instruction set for the universe. The chosen path requires a shift from passive, reactive language to conscious, intentional articulation. This involves a rigorous self-monitoring of the inner and outer dialogue. When you find yourself defaulting to language of complaint, victimhood, or scarcity, pause gently. Observe the words without judgment and then consciously reframe the thought or statement into one of gratitude, possibility, or empowerment. This is not mere positive thinking. It is the disciplined use of spiritual power to align your spoken reality with your desired higher truth. The top-level agents, who perceive life as a field of interacting energies, see the clarity and congruence of your word choice. They observe whether your external dialogue aligns with the deep wisdom you hold within. Inconsistency between word and inner truth creates a dissonant energy pattern, which hinders spiritual progress. Congruence, however, creates a powerful, steady beacon of light. The practice here is vibrational integrity. It means honoring the impact of silence as much as the power of speech. If a statement does not serve truth, kindness, or necessity, then silence is the most potent spiritual response. It is a refusal to contribute to the noise of lower vibrations. When you do speak, let your words be an intentional act of blessing, a gentle, steady flow of positive energy, directed toward the person or situation at hand. Furthermore, your words shape the collective field. As a chosen one, your calm, measured, truthful words can act as a stabilizing anchor for those around you who are experiencing emotional turmoil. By choosing words that invite peace, understanding, and higher perspective, you are literally raising the energetic quality of the space you inhabit. This is a quiet, powerful form of spiritual service. The unseen observers recognize this discipline as a mark of a true spiritual custodian, one who understands that the divine creative power is vested in part in the very words we speak. They are witnessing your commitment to becoming a gentle, truthful broadcaster of light and harmony, building your reality and the world around you, one conscious, deliberate word at a time. Point 4, the hidden wisdom of dreams. Our dreams are not just random neurological firings, they are profound portals to our subconscious mind, and often to divine messages. For the spiritually attuned, dreams can offer guidance, warnings, and insights that are unavailable in our waking state. Keeping a dream journal and taking the time to reflect on the symbols and narratives presented in your dreams can unlock a deeper understanding of your spiritual path and inner workings. Let us explore the profound, mystical language spoken within the realm of dreams, the time when the ego's defenses are relaxed and the soul is free to communicate without the filter of conscious, logical thought. Dreams are essentially unfiltered truth. They are the subconscious mind's way of processing unintegrated experiences, rehearsing future possibilities, and most importantly for the chosen one, receiving transmissions from higher spiritual dimensions. The chosen one often experiences dreams that are distinctly archetypal, prophetic, or instructional. These are not the mundane anxiety dreams of the day, but vivid, emotionally charged narratives that feature symbols and themes too large for the personal ego alone. Encounters with spiritual guides, journeys through vast symbolic landscapes, or clear, direct messages about life purpose. Psychologically, the dream state works in images because the subconscious speaks the language of the symbol, not linear prose. A house might represent the self, water, the emotional life, and a journey, the current path of growth. The crucial spiritual work lies not just in remembering the dream, but in engaging with its feeling tone. The emotional resonance of the dream, the fear, the bliss, the urgency, is often the clearest piece of guidance. The disciplined practice of dream journaling is paramount. By recording the dream immediately upon waking, before the ego can rationalize or dismiss it, you honor the message. Over time, the journal becomes a personalized spiritual glossary, revealing recurring symbols and themes that illuminate your unique psychological and spiritual terrain. This reflective process is what the unseen agents keenly observe. They see the chosen one's willingness to descend into the depths of their own inner life, to confront the shadows and integrate the light revealed in the dream state. They recognize that honoring the dream is an act of deep self-trust, a willingness to accept wisdom from a source other than the rational waking mind. Dreams often provide proactive guidance, subtle warnings about energetic imbalances or approaching challenges, allowing the chosen one to make conscious course corrections before the issue manifests fully in the external world. They act as an early detection system for the soul. The integration of dream wisdom requires a meditative approach. When reviewing a significant dream, sit quietly and re-enter the feeling of the dream state. Ask gentle, open-ended questions. What part of me is represented by that character? What action is this dream inviting me to take or to refrain from? What is the gift in this fear? This contemplative engagement transforms a fleeting nocturnal experience into a powerful tool for self-mastery. The chosen one must treat the dream world as a second classroom, a nightly meeting with the higher self and their spiritual counselors. By cultivating this intimate relationship with their unconscious life, they demonstrate a commitment to holistic truth, the truth that extends beyond the visible and the measurable. The top-level agents appreciate this dedication, recognizing the maturity required to navigate the symbolic, complexity of the night and to bring that profound hidden wisdom gently into the light of day. Point 5, the echoes of ancestral wisdom. You are not just an individual, you are a culmination of generations of wisdom, experiences, and spiritual lineage. The echoes of your ancestors, their strengths, their challenges, and their spiritual insights reside within your very being. Tapping into this ancestral wisdom through meditation, reflection, or even exploring your family history can provide profound healing, guidance, and a deeper understanding of your own spiritual gifts. Let us consider the concept of the psychic inheritance, the invisible, energetic, and emotional legacies passed down through the bloodline. You are the current point of convergence for countless lives, and the unhealed wounds, the unresolved traumas, and also the great spiritual strengths and forgotten wisdom of your lineage are all interwoven into your present being. For the chosen one, the task often involves not only personal healing, but transgenerational reconciliation. You may find yourself carrying emotional patterns or facing specific life lessons that are not entirely your own, but rather energetic debts or unfinished emotional business from those who came before you. Recognizing this is the first step toward profound spiritual freedom. When you heal a deep-seated fear or integrate a difficult life lesson, that energetic shift ripples backward and forward through your lineage, offering a quiet, gentle release to your ancestors and paving a smoother path for future generations. This is the magnitude of your spiritual work. The ancestral wisdom is not only about trauma, it is also about inherited power. Consider the quiet resilience of a grandmother who survived immense hardship, the intellectual curiosity of a long-deceased uncle, or the deep, unwavering faith of a distant patriarch. These qualities are encoded within you, waiting to be activated. The spiritual work is to consciously invite these positive echoes into your current life. Techniques for accessing this wisdom are gentle and profound. Begin with a simple practice of ancestral honoring. Light a candle, perhaps, and quietly speak the names of the family members you know, extending gratitude for the life they gave you. You are not worshiping them, but acknowledging the energetic chain that allows you to exist. In meditation, gently invite the presence of the strongest, wisest ancestor who is willing to guide you. Ask for insight into a specific challenge. Often, the guidance comes not in words, but as a subtle shift in perspective, a quiet sense of fortitude, or a surprising intuitive leap. The top-level agents view this ancestral work as a sign of spiritual maturity and holistic consciousness. They understand that true individuation does not mean separation from the past, but rather a conscious, loving integration of the past's lessons. They see that when you heal yourself, you are healing the tree of life itself, moving your lineage from patterns of fear into patterns of grace. This acknowledgement of your place within the vast tapestry of time and the conscious choice to operate from the strengths of your inheritance while gently releasing its burdens is a powerful act of spiritual custodianship. It demonstrates a wisdom that spans beyond the current lifetime, a commitment to the profound, quiet work of transgenerational love and healing that is deeply honored in the spiritual realms. Point 6, the spiritual significance of nature's rhythms. Nature operates on a profound spiritual clock, a cycle of growth, decay, and rebirth that mirrors our own spiritual journey. Observing the changing seasons, the ebb and flow of tides, or the quiet resilience of a tree can offer deep spiritual lessons. Connecting with nature, walking barefoot on the earth, sitting by a flowing river, or simply observing a sunset, can ground your energy, clear your mind, and reconnect you with the universal life force. Let us consider the earth itself as the most ancient, reliable spiritual teacher. The natural world is a living, breathing demonstration of unconditional process. It operates without judgment, without rushing, and with an unwavering trust in the cycle of life. For the chosen one, whose consciousness is often highly attuned to subtle, turbulent energies, connecting with the quiet, steady power of the earth provides essential, energetic grounding. When the mind is overactive, or the emotional body is overwhelmed, the simplest and most profound antidote is to intentionally connect with the earth element. This practice, often called grounding or earthing, is an energetic act of discharging excess, disruptive energy into the planet and simultaneously drawing in the Earth's stable, regenerative frequency. The great lessons of nature are not loud. They are observed in the slow, inevitable processes. The tree, which must shed its leaves in the autumn to survive the winter, teaches us the necessity of spiritual release, the letting go of old beliefs, relationships, or habits that no longer serve our growth. The quiet, hidden strength of a seed pushing through the soil teaches us about inner resilience and the power of growth that occurs in darkness and silence. By observing these rhythms, we internalize them. We learn that periods of apparent stagnation, winter, rest, stillness, are not failure, but necessary phases of deep internal preparation for the next stage of expansive growth. The top-level agents view the chosen one's interaction with nature as a barometer of their soul's health. A soul that is constantly indoors, disconnected from the elements, struggles to maintain equilibrium. A soul that seeks the quiet presence of the forest, the rhythmic sound of the ocean, or the subtle warmth of the sun, is a soul that is actively seeking to synchronize its inner clock with the universal rhythm, a state of being known as dharma, or right alignment. Simple practices deepen this connection. Sit quietly with your back against a large tree, feeling its stability and longevity. Observe the constant, patient flow of a river, allowing its energy to remind you to release and move forward. Let your gaze rest upon a distant horizon, expanding your own internal sense of possibility and spaciousness. This is a profound form of meditation through immersion. It is a refusal to see nature as a backdrop and a conscious choice to see it as a wise, loving co-creator and guide. The quiet reverence with which the chosen one approaches the natural world, the deep respect for all life forms, the commitment to minimizing harm, is a spiritual discipline that does not go unnoticed. It is a sign that the soul recognizes the divine spark in all things, and that this reverence is being actively embodied in their daily life. The unseen observers applaud this humble, consistent devotion to the earth, recognizing it as a foundational practice for all true spiritual mastery. Point 7. The unseen support system. You are never truly alone on your spiritual path. Beyond the visible world, there exists a vast network of spiritual guides, angels and benevolent beings who are always available to offer support, guidance, and protection. Learning to open yourself to their presence through prayer, meditation, or simply an open heart can bring immense comfort and assistance during challenging times. Trust that you are held and loved by an unseen force. Let us conclude our quiet contemplation by resting in the profound, comforting reality of your unseen companionship, the silent, devoted network of spiritual support that surrounds you at every moment. For the chosen one, this support system is not a matter of belief, but of gentle, felt experience. It manifests as intuitive certainty, a sudden, clear knowing when facing a difficult choice, or as an inexplicable wave of calm that washes over you during moments of crisis. These are the subtle, undeniable signals of your guides and angels at work. The spiritual guardians, the top-level agents we have spoken of, are not distant, judgmental entities. They are expressions of divine love and wisdom, often operating as specialized frequencies, some focusing on healing, others on protection, and others on creative inspiration. Their primary directive is to honor your free will. They will never intervene forcefully or solve problems for you, as the lessons inherent in the struggle are essential for your soul's growth. Instead, they operate through nudges, synchronistic signs, gentle energetic suggestions, and the implantation of helpful ideas into your receptive consciousness. The key to accessing this support is conscious invitation and receptivity. Imagine your guides waiting patiently on the edge of a quiet room. They will only fully enter when you open the door with a genuine, heartfelt request. This invitation can be a formal prayer, a quiet plea, whispered in a moment of need, or simply an open, non-demanding statement of availability. I am open to the highest guidance now. Please help me see the truth. The psychological benefit of this trust is immeasurable. Knowing that you are held, that you have an entire unseen team dedicated to your highest good, alleviates the existential loneliness that often accompanies the spiritual path. This sense of spiritual security frees up immense psychic energy that was previously consumed by worry and fear. This freed energy can then be directed toward your highest purpose and service. The top-level agents are most pleased when they see the chosen one moving beyond anxious pleading into a state of calm co-creation. This is the state where you ask for guidance, then take the inspired action presented to you, trusting that the unseen mechanics are moving in your favor. It is a partnership based on faith, not on demanding evidence. They recognize that the most powerful connection is maintained through sincere gratitude. A simple, quiet thank you for the guidance received, even for the smallest sign, strengthens the energetic bond and opens the channel for deeper, clearer communication in the future. Rest now in this profound truth. You are not a solitary warrior. You are a cherished, protected, and fully supported soul, a vital part of a vast, benevolent design. The agents have watched, and their quiet gratitude is for your courage in remembering this truth and for your willingness to walk your path with an open, trusting heart. This trust is the final, beautiful culmination of your chosen journey. As we gently bring our time together to a close, remember these truths. You are a cherished soul on a sacred journey, constantly evolving and expanding. The top-level agents, the unseen guides, have indeed been watching, not to judge, but to acknowledge the profound light you carry. And now they extend their heartfelt gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of your unwavering spirit. May you continue to walk your path with grace, with wisdom, and with the unwavering knowledge that you are deeply loved, profoundly supported, and eternally connected to the divine. Rest in this knowing, dear one, and carry this peace with you as you step back into the world. Until we meet again, may your spirit be calm, your heart be open, and your path be clear.